Jeff, we have seen you lead companies. Now let's see you survive in a Snappp, shall we?
Sounds great, Neha. I'm really looking forward to this.
Okay, one word your team would use to describe you.
Well, I think the word would be empathy, Neha, because I think I always strive to put myself in the shoes of others, especially with customers, but employees or partners especially as well. I think being able to see the world through other people's eyes is a gift.
Your secret sauce for leading both startups and large corporations.
I think no matter what type of enterprise you're in, if you start from the customer and work backward, you're going to do well. What are you trying to drive? Who are you trying to help? How are you going to do it? It always starts and stops with the customer.
That connects really well with the empathy answer as well. As a leader, how do you know it's time to delegate a role that you love?
Well, it's always hard to give up something that you love, but you also have to realize there's only so many things that you can do. So I think when something is in a good position and there's someone that you trust who sees the world the same way and will do even better than you will at it, that's a good time to turn over the reins.
Amazing. A red flag you instantly notice in a startup pitch.
I think what's interesting is people often revert to hyperbole when they get nervous. And so in pitches, they try to overstate the opportunity, which can show a lack of awareness of limitations or obstacles they might face. And so when people start speaking that way, I usually see that as a red flag.
And I love this one. The worst advice you ever got.
Worst advice I ever got. And my dad says this all the time. Every time I ever made a change in my career, he was always telling me not to make that change. So I was an engineer at General Motors, was a great job. And then I wanted to go to grad school. He thought I shouldn't. I did. It was great. Then I took a job. Every time I've had one of these jobs, he was like, oh, no, that company's great. Keep working for that company. Why would you want to go start a company when you've got a salary? And so he laughs and says that if I had ever followed his advice, I would have gone nowhere. But ignoring it helped me go far in life. So good one.
Okay, your guilty pleasure.
My guilty pleasure is I love honey. And so I'm a beekeeper, so I raise bees and help the bees make the honey. And I leave most of it with them, but I take a little bit for myself and my friends every once in a while. So anybody who wants some free honey can give me a call.
I'm going to definitely give you a call. Okay. A non-obvious edge that makes a startup attractive for acquisition.
So for startups, it's always about the people, not the product. And so I think the thing that investors or others are looking for in those founders is fire in the belly and a real desire to win. And you can't really put your finger on that, but you know it when you see it. A lot of companies that are successful started out doing something very different than the thing that they succeeded in, but the people had such a strong desire to win that they found it. And so if someone's got the fire in the belly, you know they're going to get there.
And you have built, scaled, and sold. But what do you still feel like a student of?
Well, right now I feel like a student of AI, and in particular, the creation of industry-specific AI, which I'm spending a big chunk of my time on. I'm fascinated by it. The opportunities that technology brings when you couple strong AI technology with really powerful industry applications, sparks shoot out of the sky. And we're in the process of making those sparks shoot out of the sky. And it's fun. I feel like a kid every time I engage on that topic.
Your unfiltered mentoring one-liner to your 25-year-old self.
Well, I think it kind of goes back to what my dad says. The thing I told myself then, and I would continue telling myself today, is to take risks, smart risks, follow your instincts, follow your heart, do the things that you are really excited about. And if that's what you're doing currently, great. And if it's not, have the courage to try something new and to take a chance. Worst thing that can happen is you go back to where you started, but you always learn something, and you're always true to yourself when you follow those instincts and take some chances.
Yep. A least expected thing from your legal career that helped you make a better leader.
Yes, I haven't been a lawyer for 20 years, so I got to go back and think about that. But I would say the skill that I learned there, probably two things. One, critical thinking. So the ability to kind of think through a complex problem and make sense of it and be able to logically put in place some sort of an action plan. I think that's an important one. I also think that the ability to find win-win solutions. I was a corporate lawyer, so we were always trying to put deals together. And so, and maybe it goes back to the empathy part, being able to understand what is the other party trying to get, what are you trying to get? And then the creativity that's required to kind of bring two different viewpoints together and create a partnership, a transaction, a commercial deal, whatever it might be. Those are things that I learned from my legal career that still serve me every day.
Super insightful. Okay, last question, and we are going to let you go after that. If you could meet one person, past or present, who would that be? And what would be that one burning question you ask them?
Okay, that's a good question. It's funny. Yesterday, I was talking to my son about the importance that Mahatma Gandhi had in my life. In 8th grade, I wrote a report on him, and I put my heart and soul into it because everything I learned about him fascinated me. And what my son and I were talking about yesterday is, what would Gandhi think about the current world situation? And how would he help lead us out of a world of conflict? And so that would be the question I would ask him. How can we all use your principles of peace and satyagraha to be able to bring the world together?
Incredible. Totally applicable to the current situation. Thank you so much, Jeff. That's Jeff in a snapshot.
All right, Neha, that was a pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.